ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies, ladies and gents. Come on, spell it out for me. There you go. Nah, just kidding. I forgot to turn off the voice recognition. So we got Dougie Fresh in my background. If y'all can hear him, if you can't hear him, I don't care. Okay? Because Jimmy can't crack cone no more around here. All right? Gotta go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gents, we're not going to be doing the Eon channel anymore. We're going to go back to doing the Redress Right channel. This channel is the Redress Right channel. For as long as it can be up, it will be up. We won't be doing any more Eons. Yeah, Eon is tired of the world. So we're going to go to the persona Redress Right. Okay, everybody, if you don't understand it, you'll get it one day. All right, got something that we need to talk to you guys about. Hey, Doug. I want to put Doug on because he says we ain't really doing nothing. Ladies and gentlemen and ladies, I've heard a lot of people have done arbitration agreements and they simply don't understand the law. So we're going to talk about the law for just a second, okay? Do you know that arbitration is a common law right? Now, go do some research on common law. Some people are going to tell you it's the common law of England. Excuse me. Where did England get it from? England did not invent common law. Go ahead, ask him. When did England invent the common law? Just go ahead and ask any stupid judge that tells you that it's the common law of England. It's their case laws. It ain't got nothing to do with those mother. Sorry, people. This is for the people who don't understand law. Now, there have been a lot of ignorant people who try to tell me whether or not I understand law. To this day, I haven't seen anybody prove me wrong. Not a judge, not a so-called jailer, not a so-called YouTuber, not a so-called guru. I've been waiting. I have been waiting. And like Jodeci, I'm not waiting no more. Okay? I've been waiting. Okay. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's give you the facts about arbitration. I will try to keep this video at 15 minutes. If you have an arbitration agreement with anyone, including the government, doesn't matter whether or not they signed the agreement, as long as they receive, pay attention, notification. That's what the law says. They have to receive notification. Google, for instance, this ignorant company that allows YouTube videos to be up, at least they claim they're allowing it and making money off of it. Google says that it has an agreement. Interesting, huh? Well, I've conditionally accepted all of Google's agreements, and I've given them my arbitration agreement. They receive that automatically. Why my arbitration agreement? Well, my arbitration agreement is probably one of the fairest arbitration agreements in history because my arbitration agreement just requires the parties to remain and be fair. What if a company like Google isn't fair? What if a company like Google or any of these other companies treat me or anyone else wrong? How do we get their attention? Ladies and gentlemen, whether a company shows up at an arbitration hearing after receiving notice of the arbitration hearing is of no consequence. The case law is well settled that if a party was notified and they chose not to show up at an arbitration hearing, that's on them. Okay, they had an opportunity. The first thing they were supposed to do is go get a stay from a court, staying the arbitration hearing. I've only seen one company do that thus far. Everyone else continues to move on and ignore and then go into court and ask for summary judgments and ask for what is that other thing they do? They ask for a injunction and then they ask the court to issue sanctions. There are no provisions in any law that allows the court to issue sanctions or an injunction in a motion to confirm. A motion to confirm is a straightforward matter. The Supreme Court has said that. Okay, and Hall and Associates, Hall and Associates. Just look up that arbitration case. You'll see that it is well settled that an arbitration matter is a straightforward matter. The only thing the judge is there to determine is whether or not the arbitrator acted within the bounds of the agreement between the parties and whether or not the other party has brought forth any valid information. Wait, valid information? What do you mean? That the arbitrator didn't do their job? But they can't do that, can they? No, because the summary proceeding, which is what an arbitration hearing is, arbitration hearings at SAA, and SAA hasn't gone anywhere. The arbitration hearing at SAA are summary proceedings. The only thing the arbitrator there is there to do is to see whether or not the other party is in default. There is no producing of evidence. The only evidence the arbitrator needs to see is the contract between the parties, the proof that the party was notified, and the proof of breach that you gave them notification that they were in breach, and then your intent to arbitrate. That's the only thing the arbitrator needs to see. Why? Because you're not bringing a request for an arbitration for a disposition of whether or not they breached the contract in the middle of an agreement and you're trying to enforce them to abide by the contract. That's not the case. Everyone who comes to SAA are coming there because they are saying the other party's in breach. We gave them notice. They continue to breach and they don't deserve no mercy. The arbitrator is saying, "Oh no, we're going to give them mercy. But if they are in breach, we're going to hold them according to the terms of the agreement." The arbitration award constitutes a bill, giving them 30 days to pay the bill. If they don't pay the bill, then you send them notification that they are in default and you're forgiving them of the debt, and you send them a 1099-C. Ladies and gentlemen, you can do your 1099-Cs online, or you can go to the Eon Foundation after June 1st of 2022. Yes, that's what the Eon Foundation will be doing for people. They will be filing your 1099-Cs online. That's all you have to do is file your 1099-C online, and then you do your 1099-As, and you recoup your money when you file your taxes. That's right, because that's a bill. That's monies that's paid. You forgave the debt. They'll be responsible for the taxes, and you can get the return. Really is that simple. Now, I've been a little disturbed and overwhelmed at the same time because people have been expecting me to have all the answers. Right now, we've gone about giving all of our SAP packers enough tax credits to take care of most of their needs. And when they do file for their taxes and do their 1099-Cs, because what they're going to do, they received an entity, a 98 series entity. What they're going to do is they're going to assign their tax credits, their bond, and the total value of their SAT pack to their 98 series number, or they can assign it to themselves. Either way, then they're going to process the 1099-As. You can look at videos and see how to do that. I'm not going to tell you on this channel how to do that. Then when you process your 1099-As, you file your taxes. And you are just literally going from the entity that deals with the original contract, not the SAT pack, the original contract. What's the original contract, ladies and gentlemen? It is the Presidential Proclamation 2039. Some people have been trying to say that it is the Trading with the Enemy Act. No, the original contract was the New Deal. That's why it was called the New Deal. The New Deal started with Roosevelt. Now, you know, I'm going to pause this for just a second. I'm going to show you, and then we're going to get rid of this video. One sec. I want to show you what document I'm reading from because if you don't see where it's coming from, you'll never know where it's coming from. You know what I'm saying? All right, lady, and I am tired, ladies and gentlemen. Emergency power statutes. This is Senate Report, 93rd Congress, First Session, 93-549. This is on the request the Senate committee to terminate national emergencies of the United States. So this is the Senate committee report that you hear me talking about all the time. This is the one that talks about the 470 federal laws that were enacted that gave the president, see, 470 provisions. But notice this, since 1933, they're saying since 1933. Ladies and gentlemen, this was done in 1973. Since 1933, the United States has been in a state of declared national emergency. In fact, they are now in effect for presidentially proclaimed states of national emergency. The NDAA, the National Defense of America Act, is what allows them to continue the emergency, ladies and gentlemen. These 470 provisions delegate to the president extraordinary powers. Delegate? How can Congress delegate its powers to the presidency? They can't. Separation of powers clause prevents them from doing that. So that makes these 470 statutes unconstitutional. Have any of these proclamations been eliminated? Have they been repealed? No. Why not? Because the 470 provisions would have to be repealed as well. Do you know how many laws are intertwined with these 470 provisions over the last 80 years? Impossible for them to all have been eradicated. You would have heard about that on the news, huh? So no, this stuff is still in effect, even to this day. Now we're going to go to this section to show you about Presidential Proclamation 2039. Many of the members of Roosevelt's administration, including Franklin Delano Roosevelt himself, were veterans of economic mobilization in World War I and drew upon their experiences to combat the new situation. The first New Deal agencies, indeed, bore strong resemblance to wartime agencies, and many had the term emergency in their titles, such as the Federal Emergency Relief Administration and the National Emergency Council. In his first official act, in his first important official act, Roosevelt proclaimed a national bank holiday on the basis of the 1917 Trading with the Enemy Act, itself a wartime delegation of power, a military act. New Deal historian William E. Leuchtenberg writes, when he sent his banking bill to Congress, the House received it with the same ardor as it had greeted Woodrow Wilson's war legislation. Speaker Rainey said the situation reminded him of the late war when, meaning World War I, when both sides of this chamber, the Great War measures suggested by the administration were supported with practical unanimity. Unanimity. Anyway, today we are engaged in another war, more serious, even in its character, and presenting greater dangers to the Republic. After only 38 minutes of debate, the House passed the administration's banking bill, sight unseen. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a problem here. Let me tell you what it was. The New Deal started with the Banking Relief Act, the Presidential Proclamation, then the Banking Relief Act. Presidential Proclamation was done under a military provision. That's the New Deal. So that's the basis for everything that's going on in our society right now. The New Deal. It's a contract. Hold them liable to the contract. We will talk in the future about the Gold Abrogation Act. The Gold Abrogation Act, some people call uh, House Joint Resolution 192. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not House Joint Resolution. Congress doesn't pass resolutions. Congress passes acts. Get it right, people. They pass statutes at large. Congress do not write codes. Congress does not write ordinances. Congress does not write regulations. Go and look. No U.S. code was written by Congress. You all need to stop letting them bring you into these courts under these codes, under these statutes, even on the state level. Congress does not write revised statutes. Congress does not write penal codes. Go and look. They write assembly bills on the state level. They write Senate bills on the state level. They do not write codes. So stop letting them bring you in on a stupid code. Codes are not law. They never was. That's why only the title is said to be positive law. Ladies and gentlemen, we only have 30 more seconds. So those of you who have arbitration awards that were issued, whether or not it's been a year or not, write it off on a 1099-C, do a 1099-A, assign that debt to your all caps name, or have your all caps name assign it to you, do your 1099-A, file your taxes, get your money, Yes, I know I've been withholding this information. I will talk about it the next time. We're at 15 minutes. Sorry, I'm not going any longer than that on this video. This is the first video for the RedressRight YouTube channel. This is the RedressRight YouTube channel. Okay? So it is not Eon. Do not bother to try to contact Eon. This is the RedressRight YouTube channel. Have a good day, everyone. And welcome back! Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, they're still here. They're camping out. Gotta go. Take care.